What's up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pickdroppers, back at it again with an NBA Blacktop 1v1 video. Now, in this video, I am Kobe Bryant, and Tyrone is LeBron James. Now, these are both really, really good shooters, without a doubt. And I actually think LeBron is the better shooter and is the most clutch shooter. But I definitely want to hear your opinion in the comments down below, even though nobody actually comments down below except for me. But if somebody does, thank you. And I want to hear who you think is more clutch. Now, Kobe has definitely had his fair share of game winners, but so has LeBron. And I don't really want to talk too much about that. I really want to talk about the past couple weeks in basketball. They have definitely been very interesting. You know, Toronto has definitely looked very good. You know, last year they were also they were the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference. This year they're right now the number 2 team, and they're looking really good. So is Atlanta. I was surprised by Atlanta playing so well, but their division is definitely very easy this year. And I did expect Atlanta to win that division, mainly because that division is just so bad. And then what I was really surprised by is how good the Clippers are playing. They're right now 9-1 while I am recording this. And that was definitely interesting to watch because 9-1 is definitely a really good record. They actually have a better record than any other team in the NBA. Now, Cleveland is 8-1, so they have the same amount of losses, but they have one less win. And I definitely want to see what's going to happen later down the stretch. You know, I can't wait till the Clippers play their first game against Golden State. It's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch. And their only loss actually came to OKC, and they lost by 2 points. It was definitely a really good game. And then they beat OKC 2 games ago, 110-108. So that was another 2-pointer. And they next play the Golden State Warriors in December, the 7th of December. And that's definitely going to be a very fun game to watch. Definitely going to be a very hyped up game if the Clippers can keep going with their winning streak of 6 or 7 games. It's a 6-game win streak. So it's definitely going to be interesting to watch. Another thing I want to see is how bad New Orleans can be. You know, New Orleans has arguably top 5 player in the NBA. I would put him number 3 or number 4, maybe number 5, but definitely a top 5 player in the NBA. And it's definitely interesting to see how bad his team is. I mean, last night he lost by 27 to the Lakers. You know, he's playing Boston, or 2 nights ago, he lost by 27 to the Lakers. Tonight he plays the Boston Celtics. That's definitely not going to be an easy game. You know, at the end of the month they do get to play Dallas, so that's definitely going to be a good game. And it's definitely sad to see that such a great player in Anthony Davis is playing on such a bad team. I mean, he really can't get any help right now. And it really sucks for him because there's like a 99% chance that he's not going to make the playoffs this year. He probably won't make it next year. And then Philadelphia. Oh my God, must it be horrible to be a 76ers fan. They're already 1-8. They're already 1-8. That is horrible. Last year, they started out even worse. But this year, you know, some people thought, including me, that they would be a little bit better. And I was really surprised, though, how well the Brooklyn Nets are playing. You know, they're 4-5, and they don't really have any big stars on their team. And Philadelphia is just playing so bad. So are the Washington Wizards. They're also playing horrible. And it's definitely been interesting to watch how bad all these teams have been playing. All 3 of those teams that I've named. Miami, I wasn't too surprised because they don't really have a star there. So I wasn't too surprised. I guess you could say they have maybe 1 star. Arguably 1 star. Nah, he's not even a star. I was gonna say Hassan Whiteside because he's definitely one of the best centers in the league, but not a star. So they're definitely not a very good team. And to go back to Anthony Davis, he is number 3 in the league in points behind 2 guards in DeMar DeRozan and Russell Westbrook. And in case you guys didn't know, he's mainly a center for his team. And the next center doesn't come till DeMarcus Cousins, and he's 8th. So it's definitely interesting to see how well Anthony Davis is playing. He has the most blocks in the league. He has 3 blocks. Next is 2.5. And what I was really interested in looking at is, Hassan Whiteside, who I was talking about. He's actually averaging right now a double-double, 17.5 points and 14.6 rebounds. That's definitely a lot. That's definitely props that go out to him. And James Harden has been playing really, really good. He has 13 assists. Nobody thought this because he usually doesn't pass the ball much. But 13 assists is really, really good. And I definitely want to see what he's going to end the year at. And right now, Russell Westbrook looks like he might be averaging a triple-double this year. So will LeBron James and James Harden. They're all looking like they might average a triple-double this year. So it's definitely going to be something to look out for. And what I really found interesting, that John Wall, he's 5th on assists, but he hasn't been really having any help. And he hasn't been playing too amazing either. So it's definitely going to be able to see if Washington can rebound from how bad their start is. And then also Nick Young has been 100% from the free throw line. Kawhi Leonard, no surprise, 97.4%. Now that is amazing. 94.7, that's like Hall of Fame type numbers. First ballot Hall of Fame. Nobody, I think, has ever averaged 97% in 1 year. That's just amazing. I think the record's like 92, 93, something like that. And then 3-point percentage, Joel Embiid, a center, is averaging 58.3%. Nobody would have guessed that a center has the best. The games are really changing. Big men are now being able to shoot threes. Joel Embiid is able to knock them down over 50% of the time. It's crazy. Right now, Steph Curry has not been looking too good from the 3-point line. He's not even in the top 10. He's actually 14th with 47.5%. So that's definitely really good, but not as good as I would have guessed he would be at by now. And then a couple of the teams that are right now doing mediocre that I'm surprised they're doing that well, or I'm kind of disappointed because they haven't been doing as well as I thought. Even worse than mediocre. And the first one I want to talk about is the New York Knicks. I really thought they would be good because they have so many stars on their team, but they just haven't been able to click, and they're right now 3-6. Definitely not good. And I really want to see what's going to happen when they start clicking, because right now they're definitely not looking too good. It's definitely going to be interesting to watch later this season. Another thing I'm kind of surprised by is how good the Lakers are doing. Definitely didn't expect this, and the Lakers are right now looking like a playoff team. And then Minnesota. Minnesota has 3 really good players. And I project in 3 to 5 years, Minnesota will be the constant team that always makes the playoffs every year. And it's definitely going to be interesting to watch over the next couple of years what's going to happen. They have Zach LaVine, who's going to be one of the top guards in the league, in my opinion. Karl Anthony Towns, who's already one of the top centers in the league. And Anthony Wiggins, who has been on fire of late. And he got actually 47 points last night, so that's definitely a huge amount. And it's definitely going to be interesting to watch what him, Zach LaVine, and Karl Anthony Towns, Zach LaVine, and Anthony Wiggins are able to do for the upcoming years. And I do think that the Cavs will still win the NBA championship. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and write a comment down below on what you would like to see next. It's your boy Pickdroppers, and I'm out. Peace!